Right, welcome to the early morning edition on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, Obianim, I have the consistent or best updates in terms of sports. They had them out. Everybody last year, constant updates from every club. Arsenal, Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Man City, Man United. Obia, we talk about it here. You didn't come up. The constant updates also here, the best analysis. You don't get any better than it gets from here. Our Hassel Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Also, so you investor. Of course, boys know. And now there was a special two-game odd, just Champions League match in the pay. NFI. Once other matches can crowd on Coventry money. Just the two Champions League matches they pay fire and a special two-game honor. Not a Arsenal over 1 point, Arsenal or draw over 1.5 and Inter Milan to win. Of course, and then around there 6 odds. Inter Milan, Arsenal, so it means that it was a very, very good one. And then we go again, we investor, we go again. In the description of the video below, all the codes on the links to Fiifi-Manfred WhatsApp channel, Fiifi-Manfred betting group, Fiifi-Manfred Telegram, are available in the Abitina tap. So, no join this group, and the codes you enjoy some analysis, you will discuss, and they are show on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And I'm sorry, I send back on the catcher ones there. Because 2 goals now, Declan Rice a share. I cover up how impeccable nearly Thomas Step party on Fiifi. Like border party ball on Fiifi. Declan Rice 2 goals now have just covered it. And to be very honest, to be fair, Declan Rice 2 goals now is super goals, highly technical. You cannot take anything away from goals when you're Declan Rice and share. Super. Played very well, control the game, technique. And after the game, I'll say, over board. So when we saw picture now, Nicolas Hove, you almost set piece with and Sassi. Apparently, Nicolas Hove was not telling him to kill the ball, but he was telling him, ball crossing, ball cross. And also even Bukayo Sakani Odegaard when you are at the cross. And I'll catch, I'll see Bukayo catch and say, so options of fancy no bit near about Ebi Anashe and Oshe war or Oshe Ebi Akutu Ejran. You see, my thing is that send your bendy ball with enough bend or Kellan to still have the power to beat Tumokutuan. I know the money a little bit on head of. And say Hoka and the money a little bit on head of. But apart from that, it was a super technique. And to do it again after a few minutes, 12 minutes, Osaye to make it 2-0. And then later, finally, Arsenal for actually 3 goals in 17 minutes against Real Madrid. Meaning, so when Madrid ever Champions League match, you don't think, say, automatic, where we match and as watch it just like that. Then doesn't happen like that. Because Madrid are difficult to play against. Madrid are a very stubborn team. Madrid are a team where you need to be very careful in dealing with. They've done it before. Omar several times. Dortmund got show 4 goals to 1. They went back home. 3 goals to 0. Madrid knows exactly how to do these remontadas. They know exactly how to play in matches like this when they have to come back, especially at the Santiago Bernabeu. Ubisa, Jude Bellingham said, they have to be humble. But the Arsenal played well, they dictated the pace of the game, they were better on the side, they played extremely well. But Ojitun said, the big back will be holding my magic everything see Obama and Santiago Bernabeu. How the cathedral of all of football's magic nights. And see, them they will do their best, they'll be humble, they go and prepare and then wait to see if something will spring up. I mean, you never know. 90 minutes is a long time in football to score 3 goals and then 10 things over. And very important. How Arsenal will approach that game may also slightly different. How do they approach it? Approach it and defend the 3 goals, and that's the usual approach. Like it's 0-0 and open up and play football against Madrid or Santiago Bernabeu. How should Arsenal approach that match when they play against team or your friend of FC Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu? But these are all things that will come up. These are all things that a bit poppy up in terms of what Arsenal can get from that game, how Arsenal can really approach the game and then get a lot of things from that match on the team, my friend, Real Madrid, and the Santiago Bernabeu. Carlo Ancelotti here, as coach, he was clear, said this season, Madrid, the biggest problems have been the fact, say, are almost like a compactness, not only compact as a unit. And I think it's several times. There is a lot of imbalance with Madrid, and that is why now they defend without the ball 4-4-2. And Carlo Ancelotti was smart. The best way to deal with Arsenal was not to go and press that high press Man City 4-0 before 33 no quite waiting hard. It was going to be detrimental. They were going to capitulate. 4-4-2 without the ball. Sit off Arsenal for more, but then push them to certain zones. And I think that Madrid were very good in terms of how they could drop Mbappe one idea into the middle of the park, adding Eduardo Camavinga and winning the numbers game with Fiifi-Manfred. It was super. It was really, really good for Team Friend FC Real Madrid, and they deserve a lot of, not so credits, but on the other day, maybe Arsenal for because they should have scored more because Thibaut Courtois money at the day, no winning in the park in Fiifi, they were doing a lot more over there. So we must believe and try to make something magic happen in the second leg. In football, everything can happen. Example, Declan Rice, who scores 2 free kicks, never did that in his career. So it's something that we had not seen before. Of course, that is true for my brand here, your friend Carlo Ancelotti, talking about how Declan Rice had not won such a game before, ever, in the career. But wait to see how things do turn out over there for Team My Friend FC. Real Madrid over there. Madrid for now going back to the Santiago Bernabeu to go and see if they can turn it around. Look, Modric, we are not as compact after Arsenal's 2 goals from open play. Okay, but from 2 direct free kicks, it's difficult to accept. But that's football. Arsenal were a better team, as simple as that. I like the fact that Madrid for now are accepted. They are not automatically saying, Santiago Bernabeu, they will turn it over. That's not something that they are saying. They are believing and understanding. Say, Arsenal for were good on the day for them, for Team and Friend Arsenal Football Club over there for themselves. And now, Inter Milan, also away at FC Bayern Munich. We expected it with Bayern for a lot of injuries. No, we knew so Inter Milan for Bayern Munich, and they did exactly that for themselves. Of course, still there's a conversation around transfers. 63 million release clause for Victor Osimhen. Napoli are willing to sell Victor Osimhen for 55.5 million. Napoli for reducing the price tag for Abrantia, the friend of Victor Osimhen, and that is what we are hearing. Say social Victor Osimhen conversations, how the player has been playing. Our team friend Galatasaray, a lot of the teams have asked of Abrantia friend Victor Osimhen, and one of the things that has been clear, and it's a Napoli for have decided to reduce the price tag. They really closed 63 million. But one person will uniform wage bill. So for Galatasaray, almost 340,000 euros each week. For Team Friend Napoli, for Abrantia friend of Victor Osimhen. And of course, one person will uniform on wage bill. So say that they can pay less for Abrantia friend Victor Osimhen. Then of course, managing nicely and then taking elsewhere. So they can get the best out of Abrantia, your friend of Victor Osimhen over there for themselves. Victor, I say 2 clubs and a person called either so Chelsea because now Abrantia friend Jean-Michel Obi and Victor there or Chelsea the power person Chelsea. But away from that, and there's Juventus also possibly say Victor will come back to Italy and then he's going to play for against Tima, your friend FC Juventus over there. Arsenal, Man United, all of these clubs will be looking at Abrantia, your friend of Victor Osimhen, to see if they can snap him away and then get him to come and play for them. English Premier League, because all of these guys know a percent forwards are a bit in your ball, but when you go they have not gotten these numbers. They have not gotten star players. Benjamin Sesko, Victor Osimhen, Liam Delap. These are very, very important players. A lot of the teams know baby Inter for midfielder your friend Davide Fratesi. Now Davide Fratesi say just before some Kakobos Agero against Team my friend by Munich, and I'll say it was a sad one to him. Also, not worried. He was not happy saying that a few more at this point in time. He really wanted his grandma by him said the grandma never born nanka near my come and the amano. But I say, oh no, bear with the second of a bashir goal after say the Vini-Manfred and she said, or see he knows said the grandmother was up there, no, and the man shares Sago, I was sure for himself in tea or the radiasi, say, or no waiting, Sago, and of course, it has been a good one for our brand here, friend, the Vini-Manfred, any team up, your friend of Inter, Milan, so my said Jumano away at FC Bayern Munich over there. And then, of course, there are a lot of games of course, FC Barcelona, any team, your friend of Dortmund, big game, this game, all the analysis that comes with memory if it's Chelsea for are still in a dilemma in the choose of a winger. And of course, two wingers no more problem, and then there is one I'm right here for Nico Williams, two I'm right here for Beyond Gates Chelsea for and narrow down the list of our wingers that ABC. I'm right here for Nico Williams and I'm right here for Beyond Gates. I've explained before, say maybe it is better say Chelsea to set strikers on Betomiro and come to two centre forwards. Now come on to left winger, on to two centre forwards. Then Osimhen and the lap ever be team. Then most of the times you can start one striker and play Nicolas Jackson from the left wing, who will then come centrally to come and add up to the numbers or something that I think is going to be very, very important. After number 9, Chelsea will look at some finding finding wingers, and they want to do a transfer dealings between the 1st and the 10th of June. By 1st of 10th and 10th of June, there now. And Chelsea for the transfers. So first thing number 9, second today a winger, and the two wingers that Chelsea for a year Markiomo, a Brentford for Nico Williams, and a Brentford for Jimmy Beyond Gates. Winger targets are still being crystallized, but Nico Williams and Gates are both still appreciated. Matthias still also can come into the frame as Chelsea for the possible winger. I will make sure as a player with Nyamba, however, Boma we are hearing Chelsea for may stay on these two players, one of them. So Benjamin no of course, and now we realize that Benjamin friend of Kendrick Paye, Chelsea for player with Tony Fee Ecuador, or yes, some training section with Strasbourg for France over there, and a very, very clear Benjamin friend Kendrick Paye next season. He's going to play with Strasbourg for about 2 seasons. Then subsequently, Chelsea will bring him to Chelsea to come and play over there for themselves. So my say, yeah, everything also come, and the Amor Barca against FC Dortmund, Dortmund, and then Oko Barcelona, Club Mundo Deportivo, Build, Keka, everybody, Air Amor Barca 4-gamer, Omni Teamer, your friend of Dortmund, our Champions League, especially after the momentum and hitting team and friend of Madrid and Ronaldo by Arsenal for Barca knows a big opportunity. So obviously a big win our Champions League. Then it gives them a big advantage going into a very, very complicated last set of games. Our Spanish La Liga, it gives them a huge advantage over there for themselves. It's Barca will do everything possible. Of course, in front of Mundo Deportivo, Mundo 4. How much less so are we truly pro Barcelona? Mundo Deportivo. Anyone how much of Forza Barca. And of course, after saying Forza Barca, much was here over the Arsenal for Born of the Madrid, but much humiliation. Of course, talking about the fact that Arsenal for a humility to my friend FC Real Madrid. Mario Fi said Barca, any Dortmund boy in the group stages. So it was a very, very good display for team and friend FC Barcelona. But then Dortmund did not make it easier. And at that time, it was a brand near friend of Nuri Sahin, and I hear the coach of team and friend of FC Dortmund over there. But this time, it's Niko Kovac, defensively very, very good, very astute. Okochi, one of the best counter-attacking teams that I've ever seen. At the time at FC, what was it at Frankfurt? Was a team, German Bundesliga, or the Belgian Monaco. Very, very good in terms of counter-attacking style of playing over there. And we'll see how things are going to go on. Of course, in front of Belgium, in front of Mundo Deportivo, like I told you, obviously humiliated, talking about Madrid for Born Macho Edimo Forza, Barca Sports, say, hurt, talking about Madrid for to Candesimos, talking about hurt. Obviously, Madrid for have been hurt over there. Madrid for have gone 2 Champions League games without scoring. The last time it happened, Barcelona won the Champions League over the Madrid for the Barca for I could find a picture of a branch here friend Mikel Arteta and a match at one say made in La Masia. Made in La Masia. Say a branch here, your friend Mikel Arteta and I'm at Edgeman ISM. Now, Niko Kovac, the coach of FC Dortmund, Edin come up and see we are fully aware the offensive force that are with us tomorrow. But Makacho said Dortmund are very, very good in terms of defenses. Any of the turnovers, one of the best. Barca, any Dortmund, actually 3 times, 1 draw, 2 wins for Team FC Barcelona. This time at home, Barca have a very, very good advantage. Ombisa Lamine Yamal said Ombitini every treble. And I said since the beginning of the season, I've always aspired for everything. You have to believe in yourself, because if you see another team is going to win, why would you even go on the pitch? So yes, we are going to win the treble. We'll work hard to make sure that we can win the treble over there for ourselves and also for the subsequent games. So one of Barca favorites, but let's not forget that we're in the finals last season of the Champions League, and that's exactly what Niko Kovac and catcher team and friend and Barca for said. We're favorites here, but then we've also been in the final last season and we're good enough. And now, according to journalists, our Spain, your friend Didac Pereira, will say Barca facing Dortmund and then win Champions League after 22 games unbeaten with a growing lead in La Liga and a cup final secured. Flick's team aims to take big step towards the semis. Dortmund is dangerous, but Barca arrives in full belief. I think that is the thing. Barca for 22 game run unbeaten, almost 4 points gap on top of the Spanish La Liga, and Madrid almost the Copa del Rey final. Dortmund for it difficult, especially in transitions. That is how Niko Kovac has built his brand of a coach, Sano and Juma. But then again, Barca for with a lot of belief, so they can get a job done over the way to see how things are going to turn out. In terms of the quality that comes in from Barca players. So this morning we saw the possible lineup yet to say Barca for the big round match. What you're hearing, Sergini, Jules Koundé, Pau Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, Alejandro Balde, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and then Brentia, your friend Rafinha, and then we keep the starting lineup for Tima, your friend FC Barcelona, to go into this one and see if they can go. And also on the other side, there is Paris Saint-Germain, who are one of my favorites to go on and go and win a big game. One more time, actually, team friend Aston Villa. My referee said Unai Emery, a former manager of Aston Villa, a former manager of Paris Saint-Germain. He tried to win it, it didn't work. Of course, now Paris Saint-Germain have gotten to the point under their current manager, Abentia, your friend Luis Enrique, who is very experienced, to try and see if they can go through in the next stage of the competition. And Luis Enrique has been doing a very, very good job over there for himself. Wait to see if Abentia, your friend Luis Enrique, everything go through. It's a tough game for Abentia, your friend Luis Enrique. Of course, if you are sitting there, and you don't know where you start from. You don't know how things are going to be. In 2019, Makai said, Hansi Flick was an assistant at Bayern, and he was assistant to the German national team. At some point in time, Abra, Niko Kovac, a free horror. Hansi Flick rose to become the #1 coach at Horror. And then both managers are going to be on the touchline in the Champions League, facing each other. A really, really interesting game for Hansi Flick and Bentia, your friend Niko Kovac. And we'll see how things are going to make things run. We're going to see how things are going to turn out over there for Tima, your friend of FC Barcelona. Any team friend in Barcelona, any team friend in Dortmund. We'll see how things are going to be. Guys, a Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. All of the best on the days of the analysis. So, bro, and the other one, and May in the afternoon, we'll go on more, talk about the analysis. Thank you very much for today. Do take care. Bye bye.